In rapper 051 Melly's world, bullets fly, relationships change, and staying alive is a dangerous game. Look out for the shocking truths and how this mysterious person got to where he is now. Just hearing his name makes even the toughest locals afraid. As the number of deaths rises and tensions rise, you'll be drawn into a story about power, betrayal, and the relentless chase of dominance. Will you be strong enough to find out the truth about the most feared person in Chicago's underworld, where every step you take could be your last? We'll find out what people don't know about the person they call 051 Melly. Melly was the nickname given to Yarmil Williams, who was 27 years old at the time and was a member of the 051 YM group in Chicago. A terribly premature end was brought about to his life as a result of a shooting event that took place at a home party in the West Woodlawn neighborhood located on the south side of the city. The untimely death of Melly sent shockwaves across the local community, which in turn sparked conversations about the widespread problem of gun violence in Chicago. Melly's passing served as a sobering reminder of the dangers that are connected with gang-related conflicts, as well as the destructive effect that these conflicts have on individuals and the families of those affected by them. It was a terrible reminder of the loss of a young life that was full of potential, and it brought to light the sobering reality that violence is a reality that impacts people when they are young. This should even act as a wake-up call to address the underlying problems that lead young people in specific neighborhoods to become involved in gangs and perpetuate cycles of violence. Melly's membership in the 051 YM group raises a number of important problems, one of the most important of which being the subject of the underlying reasons that contribute to gang membership. It is essential to be aware of the fact that individuals frequently join gangs as a reaction to the socio-economic difficulties they face. Poverty, restricted access to excellent education, a lack of social support systems, and other systematic disadvantages can all contribute to an atmosphere in which gang involvement becomes an attractive option for some individuals. To successfully execute solutions that address the underlying reasons and offer persons looking for a way out alternate routes, it is essential to have a solid understanding of the elements that play a role in the problem. Melly's untimely death highlights the essential need for community-based interventions and support structures. Melly's death is a painful reminder of this need. It is possible to interrupt the cycle of violence and give people like Melly a chance at a different future by making investments in programs that provide mentoring, educational chances, employment prospects, and other social services. Communities have this ability to work towards averting additional loss of life and establishing an environment that is safer for everyone if they address the underlying problems that contribute to gang membership and provide support and opportunity for individuals. Melly was killed in a shooting that occurred in the early hours of the morning, about 2:50 a.m., during a house party on the 6100 block of South St. Lawrence Avenue. The location of the party is in South St. Lawrence Avenue. When shots started being fired, the event that was supposed to be a get-together of individuals talking to one another and having a good time in each other's company suddenly devolved into a terrifying and disorganized situation. According to the reports, at least one person began fire from within the premises, shooting at those who were present without targeting any specific individuals. The seriousness and brutality of the incident was reflected both by the ferocity of the attack as well as the quantity of rounds that were fired. During the hail of gunfire, Melly, along with other unfortunate victims, was struck by many bullets. Melly was hastily transported to the adjacent University of Chicago Medical Center in the hopes that his life could be saved. After, the appropriate emergency services were immediately notified. The severity of his injuries regrettably proved fatal, and despite the best efforts of medical experts, he passed away as a result of those injuries. The passing of Melly has had a significant effect not just on the people in his immediate circle of friends and family, but also on the members of the 051 YM group, with whom he was affiliated. The amounts of anguish and suffering endured by those who were closest to him is incalculable. The larger community as a whole is also profoundly impacted by this tragedy, because it serves as a stark reminder of the precarious nature of human life and the terrible effects of gun violence. During the incident, not only Melly, but also another victim, a woman in her 34th year, was injured. She was fortunate in that her injuries did not pose a threat to her life, and she was able to get herself to St. Bernard Hospital in time to receive medical treatment. Although the authorities believe that she was not the intended target, the fact that she was injured serves as a sharp reminder of the indiscriminate nature of such violence, and the possible collateral harm that can be caused by it. Concerns have been raised as a result of the occurrence regarding the rising level of violence that have been observed in Chicago's communities, in particular on the south side. It has been brought to light the critical need for immediate action to be taken to address the underlying causes of such violence and to improve the safety and well-being of the local population. Law enforcement agencies have been actively participating in the investigation, working to gather evidence, question witnesses, and identify individuals responsible for the shooting. As the investigation continues, the authorities are urging anyone who may have knowledge concerning the incident to come forward and provide assistance in bringing those responsible for the crime to justice. It is extremely important to have the support and cooperation of the community in order to effectively solve crimes and maintain the safety of the area. The tragic events surrounding Melly's murder and the woman's injuries serve as poignant reminders of the devastation caused by gun violence and the urgent need for communities and authorities to collaborate in the creation of safer settings. Melly was just 21 years old when she was shot and killed. The passing of Melly has had an effect that is felt well beyond the immediate neighborhood. It has reverberated across social media platforms and captured the attention of the general public. Melly's full name has been used in calls for information about the murder that have been posted on social media. These requests are consistent with the information and location that has been supplied in media reports. However, the authorities have not yet formally confirmed his identification. In situations like this one, in which the authorities are still in the process of identifying the victim, social media has evolved into a potent tool for disseminating information and engaging the community in the investigation. The many social media platforms offer individuals who are troubled by the situation a venue in which they may share information, express their anguish, and bring attention to the situation. People can express their condolences to one another and express their wish to see the perpetrators of the tragedy brought to justice on this forum, which serves as a platform for collective grieving. The fact that the members of the community have turned to social media in order to share information and assist with law enforcement officials is indicative of their strong desire for justice. During the course of the ongoing investigation into Melly's death, law enforcement agencies will strive tirelessly to establish Melly's identity in an official capacity. They will evaluate the evidence that is already available, conduct interviews with witnesses, and investigate any leads that are shared via social media channels. In order to bring justice to Yarmil Williams and shed light on the unfortunate circumstances surrounding his death, the collaboration between the government and the community, which was made possible by social media, becomes essential. In conclusion, the shooting incident at the house party in Chicago that resulted in the death of Yarmil Williams, also known as Melly, sheds light on the persistent problem of gun violence in the city and the destructive impact it has on individuals, families, and communities. It is a painful reminder of the essential need to address the core causes of gang connections and promote opportunities for positive change. This tragedy serves as a heartbreaking reminder of the urgent necessity. We can only expect to prevent further loss of life and create surroundings that are safer and more lively for everyone involved if we collaborate as a community to develop and implement comprehensive solutions and work together to put those strategies into action. The authorities are continuing their investigation into the shooting, and they are calling on members of the community to come forward with any information that could be useful in bringing those responsible for the shooting to justice. That's all for the day. We will be right back. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one.